people now. Smile on your brother, everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. You know what I was thinking, though? As I was singing that, I was thinking, for this one, maybe we should sing, This land is your land, this land is my land. But then I think, dude, this land is not ours. Like, this land is the land. Like, it doesn't belong to us.
Just like the water.
We exist with it. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we need to treat it respectfully.
Yeah.
All right. This is cool. Water protector. Autumn
Peltier.
Peltier.
Autumn Peltier speaks for the water. She has spoken to world leaders at the United Nations, and she has inspired young people around the world to stand up and fight for environmental rights. Her activism is deeply connected to her Anishinaabe culture. She believes that water is sacred and that it deserves the same rights that people have.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard people say that. Like, I was listening to a Native American gentleman, I can't remember what his name was, but talking about how we can't think of water as a resource. Like, it's not just for us to be used.
Right.
It's its own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Makes me mad.
Yeah. Safe drinking water is essential for all people, yet many First Nations in Canada still do not have it. Some of these Indigenous communities have been without safe drinking water for decades. Dozens have drinking water adversaries. The water that comes out of their taps is murky and must be boiled before it is safe to drink. Now, I just wonder if people have had this experience before. Sometimes we have had murky water in our pipes.
Yeah.
And you don't drink it.
Yeah.
And, after the pipes are fixed, then you have to wait until enough water runs through the pipes that you can start drinking it again.
Okay.
So imagine having to do that all the time. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
The water that comes out of their taps is murky and must be boiled before it is safe to drink. When Autumn learned about this situation, she had a lot of questions. If the water could make people sick, would it make animals sick too? Autumn is from...
Let's see.
I'm doing my best.
No.
Yeah. Wickwemicon.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Unceded territory on the Manitoulin Island in northern Ontario, Canada. She was born in 2004.
2004? She's so young.
She is. Yes, she is.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So she began speaking up to her community when she was 8 years old.
Wow.
8. She's so wise at so young an age. At age 10, she took part in a cultural camp that focused on teaching young people about the land. And through that camp, she was invited to attend the Children's Climate Change Conference in Sweden. Kids and teens from more than 30 countries came together to write a list of demands to world leaders, and their message was delivered at the 2015 United Nations Climate Change Conference in Paris.
Wow.
When Autumn got home from that trip, she was invited to the Assembly of First Nations Annual General Assembly, where she gave a speech about the importance of the protection of water. She was already becoming known as a passionate young activist and an inspiring speaker.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she was very young and standing up. Like that, United Nations. In 2016, Autumn released a video in solidarity with the Standing Rock Sioux tribe and their supporters in the United States, who were fighting against the construction of an oil pipeline. The pipeline would cross under the Missouri River, which is the main source of drinking water for the Standing Rock Sioux and the millions of people who live downstream.
Yeah. We don't often talk about living downstream.
Right
yeah. I mean, I can tell those. Yeah.
The protesters were defending their treaty rights and sacred lands and protecting the water, which could be contaminated by the pipeline. Have you ever seen any protests? Have you been in any protests?
I have been in a few protests. My church, East Liberty Presbyterian, we did. I don't know if you'd call it I think it was a protest. It was a Black Lives Matter protest after George Floyd was murdered. Yeah.
When I lived in Ohio, we had a protest about water and rights.
Yeah.
That was years ago. You know?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. We walked across the bridge. It was very thrilling.
It is. Yeah. It's kind of neat to be a part of something like that and then get hooked up with people who are continuing to do other things. Like, so then, like, in our Sunday school class, like, we made sort of like a covenant about things that we would do to continue on trying to change things. So it's been kind of cool. Like, it started from that. Well, the church really puts a priority on activism and doing things, you know. So there are different groups that have been in existence since the church has been in existence. Yeah. But I'm just fairly new to that church, maybe just 5 years, you know, and maybe 6 years, and it's been great to be a part of something that really makes a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So there they were protesting. Water is life. Water is sacred. Mother Earth matters.
Yep.
I am just a kid, 12 years old, and I shouldn't be worrying about adults' problems, Autumn said in her video. Kids all over the world have to pay for mistakes that we didn't even make. We are the next elders. We are the next leaders. This is our future. I cry watching videos of Standing Rock. We were only given one planet and we are destroying it. I want us to stand together and we're going to shut down all the highways in North America for a whole hour on December 5th.
Well, that would make a big difference.
Yeah. I'm inviting everyone to join us. Bring your shaker, bring your drums, bring your vessels, bring your feathers. Let's pray together. On December 5th, Autumn stood on the highway with her mother and others from her community to create awareness for water and to support those protesting at Standing Rock. Autumn was invited to meet the Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. She had been chosen to present a traditional water bundle to him.
Ooh.
Yeah. She spent 3 days preparing a speech, but she was given only a brief moment to hand Trudeau the gift. Standing in front of him, she began thinking about the government's decision to approve the expansion of the Trans Mountain Pipeline. Instead of the words she had planned, she said, "I'm not happy with the decisions you've made for my people."
That's cool.
"I understand that," the Prime Minister said. Autumn started to cry. "The pipeline," she said. "I will protect the water," Trudeau told her. She handed him the water bundle, a copper bowl, a red cloth, and a small copper cup. The incident made headlines. "I would like to see Prime Minister Justin Trudeau carry on with the promise he made with me," Autumn said afterward. The next year, Autumn was nominated for the International Children's Peace Prize.
Wow.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Then came an opportunity that neither she nor her mother had dreamed of. Autumn was invited to speak to world leaders at the United Nations.
Wow.
Right. Part of the launch for the UN's International Decade for Action on Water for Sustainable Development. That's a lot of words.
That is. Yeah. Can't put that on a hat. Yeah.
But if you read it through a couple times, it really makes sense. When the invitation arrived by email, it was so unexpected that Autumn's mother thought it was scam and almost deleted it.
Which you could do, yeah.
Autumn and her mother booked a flight from Toronto to New York, but it was canceled 3 times. I wonder why.
Flights.
Instead, they drove for 15 hours to New York City, wearing a special dress made by her mother's friend from Thunder Bay. Here's her dress. And standing on a stool behind the podium so that she could reach the microphone, the 13-year-old told the audience of international dignitaries that it was time to warrior up to protect the water. "Many people don't think water is alive or has a spirit," Autumn said. "My people believe this to be true. Our water deserves to be treated as human, with human rights. We need to acknowledge our waters with personhood so that we can protect our waters. Autumn wasn't nervous. She felt that the people there wanted to hear what she had to say, and she used the opportunity to call for international leaders to take a stand. No one should have to worry if the water is clean or if they will run out of water, she said. No child should grow up not knowing what clean water is and never know what running water is. We all have a right to this water as we need it, not just rich people, all people. She ended with this heartfelt message. One day, I will be an ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
And I want my grandchildren to...
Dude, I know. It's very moving.
I want my grandchildren... Where am I? To know I tried hard to fight so that they can have clean drinking water. One of the people who inspired Autumn was her great aunt, Josephine Mandeman. In 2003,
Yeah, 2003, yeah.
Josephine began walking around the Great Five Lakes with a group of Anishinaabe women and men who called themselves Mother Earth Water Walkers.
Oh, wow.
Love their shirts.
Yeah.
All right. They wanted to raise awareness about how the water was being neglected and to help people understand the importance of protecting it. Josephine walked over 17,000 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder Autumn was inspired.
And inspired many others to walk and take action to protect water. In 2016, she received the Ontario Heritage Award for Excellence in Conservation. Autumn's mother, Stephanie, has also been an important influence. Stephanie's parents, Autumn's grandparents, are survivors of the residential school system. For many years, generation after generation of Indigenous children in Canada were taken away from their families and communities and forced to attend boarding schools run by the Canadian government. Can't imagine here that, people could come and take our children away.
Well, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's awful that they thought they could do that. So these children spent their childhood years far from their homes, and they were punished if they tried to speak their languages or practice their traditions. Many were abused. When they returned home as young adults, it was hard for them to feel a sense of belonging. Indigenous communities are still healing from the tremendous harm caused by the residential school system. As a result of her family's history and experiences, Stephanie wanted to raise Autumn and her sisters with a strong sense of their identity and culture. In Anishinaabe tradition, women hold the primary role in looking after water and protecting it. Autumn explains that women are givers of life and that all life needs water. This is her quote. Women are sacred vessels. They carry the water for 9 months while babies are in the womb, and so we all come from that sacred water. She says, we wouldn't be able to live without water. Nothing would. Autumn is a busy teenager. She's now 16. Today.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She hangs out with her friends and family. She enjoys painting and writing in her journal. She loves running and is on a competitive gymnastics team. She attends traditional ceremonies and dances and powwows. She plays with her dogs, Jask, a husky wolf cross. A husky wolf cross. That's quite a dog.
Quite a cross.
And Montgomery, an American bulldog. And she deals with her regular kid problems, like coping with bullying at school. But she is deeply committed to protecting water. She has received many awards for her activism, including the We Day Award for Youth in Action and the Ontario Junior Citizen Award. She was honored by the Assembly of First Nations as a water protector, given the Sovereign's Medal for Volunteers by Ontario's Lieutenant Governor, and honored as a water leader by Ottawa Riverkeeper.
Wow.
She has been nominated twice for the International Children's Peace Prize.
Wow.
Autumn's influential voice and deeply felt words have reached millions, raising awareness about the importance of water and the need to protect it. Because of her, many people have been inspired to step forward, speak up, and take action.
Yeah.
Autumn Peltier says that she will continue being an activist for the rest of her life, and she encourages other young people to join her. Anybody can do this work, she says. If we all come together, we can hopefully make a big change.
I love her optimism and energy, and that's what we need to focus on. Thank goodness for people like she.
Yes,
you know? Yeah.
And how amazing that she could come to that wisdom at such a young age.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
So this has been a great experience. This is the end of our Kid Activist books. But we have this at the library, so
nice.
Come check it out.
Yeah, cool. And you got some other good ones, like related to just water in general here, and First Nation and Native American.
Right.
These are
so
some good.
Right here in our country, the citizens in Flint, Michigan, had to live with water that was harmful to them and their children, and
This is thank you.
Yeah, and we have all these great books here at the library
that you might not even really think about.
Native American tribes. I think since this is rubber band, I must have wanted. Oh yeah, children's health. So this is another case of not having proper nutrition.
Yeah, there are parts in the world where people have to walk. Yeah.
I'm trying to see Ethiopia. Okay, in Ethiopia. When it comes to a healthy environment, Hakeem is less fortunate. Air quality is fairly good, but water quality is not, and sanitation is primitive.
Yeah, see? So there's people it's all around the world.
Yep.
And if we come together, we can for good instead of just... Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we're trying.
We're trying. Yeah. The moral arc of the universe.
Exactly.
Going up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, thank you, sweet Miss Jan.
Thanks.
Very inspirational for this. We are filming on a Friday, and this will show on Monday.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Jan. Bye.